The Bengals worked out a familiar face and signed a familiar face on Saturday with questions about Joe Burrow's status lingering. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com. Hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and make sure that you stay tuned. Keep it locked right here on CBT because when AJ McCarron works out for the Bengals, well, we talk about it. Hopefully, you checked out our articles at allbengals.com, but let's dive into this because AJ McCarron is the newest member of the Bengals team, signing with the practice squad. The team still has Reed Sinnett on the practice squad as well. So 4 quarterbacks in the building as of right now to make room for McCarron on the practice squad. They waived Garrett Nelson or released Garrett Nelson, a defensive end. And here's why this move makes sense. One, they worked out McCarron. They were able to look at him, and they looked at Trace McSorley as well. And so the former Bengals 5th-round draft pick way back when in 2014 makes a decent amount of sense. And he makes sense really because when Will Grier left, Reed Sinnett was not the long-term option, long-term answer. And I tried to convey that in my video talking about Sinnett, why they signed him, the logic behind it. There's familiarity there. And he knew the system. He spent camp with them. You bring him in. He's able to practice with you this week, get you to Monday. He could be active on Monday. But long term, you wanted a QB3 that you thought could be an option, a potential backup if needed, if anything happens to Joe Burrow, if anything happens to Jake Browning. And obviously the Bengals are in that situation right now. And so they deem that AJ McCarron is that guy following Saturday's workout. He wore number 4 for the workout. We'll see what number he wears with this team. But this is a guy in McCarron who was drafted by the Bengals in the 5th round, 164th overall in 2014. In 2015, obviously started down the stretch at the end of the season. We remember the playoff game. Let's just pretend it ended with McCarron finding AJ Green for the go-ahead touchdown. But clearly McCarron is an experienced veteran, hasn't played in the NFL since 2020 as far as a snap is concerned. He did suffer a torn ACL as a member of the Atlanta Falcons, which kind of cost him any, I think, real shot of being a backup and continuing that role for a couple of years. But he performed well most recently for the St. Louis Battlehawks. In 9 games, he completed 203 out of 295 attempts for 2,150 yards, 24 touchdowns, 6 picks. And look, it's the XFL. I know it's not the NFL, but I think AJ McCarron has the chance to be a suitable, a competent NFL backup. And that's what you need because let's say Joe Burrow doesn't play on Monday or next week. Well, there's a chance that McCarron is your backup next week behind Jake Browning. There's a chance if something happens to Browning that McCarron is your backup at some point this season. And so getting someone in with experience, obviously the front office is familiar with him. Some of the coaches on the staff are familiar with him. Tyler Boyd's the only player on the roster that was on the roster with AJ McCarron back in 2016, his final year in Cincinnati. But it's wow, it is second to last year in Cincinnati, 2017 as well. So actually, now that I think about it, yeah, so Joe Mixon too. So you have Joe Mixon, maybe Josh Tupou, probably not Josh Tupou, but there were a couple guys at least that were in the building with McCarron, and I think this makes sense. It's a low cost option. It's a guy who clearly wants to get back into the league. He's familiar with Cincinnati. I think his personality fits really well with Joe Burrow and Jake Browning. He's older, but obviously he won national titles at Alabama. And I think that his personality is going to mesh, like I said, with Burrow. Now, as far as Burrow's concerned, we will have our complete game preview. He's officially questionable for Monday night's game with a limited participant again on Saturday. It depends on who you ask, right? I think it's 50-50. You have Jamar Chase saying he doesn't think he's going to play, and other teammates saying that. You have Tyler Boyd saying, hey, don't count him out. He could play. I think Joe Burrow's pushing to play. Will the medical staff give the thumbs up? I think that's what this comes down to. It's not going to come down to a cart ride with Mike Brown. And as far as the quarterback situation on Monday night, I think even if Burrow's active, that they will elevate Reed Sinnett and that we will see Burrow, Browning, Sinnett. Now, could we see a scenario where it is Browning and Sinnett? Yeah, we could. but then the no third quarterback. I don't think this is AJ McCarron getting elevated this quickly. He doesn't know the playbook, nothing like that. So it doesn't sound like, though, talking with people in the building, that the Bengals would make Burrow active but not start him. He's either going to start or he's not going to play. That's the vibe I'm getting. Also, Irv Smith Jr. is doubtful, so I could see Tanner Hudson being a practice squad elevation as well. Tight end was impressive during preseason. This is exactly why you keep him around. He's a quality pass-catching tight end, and so I think he will make his 2023 debut and Bengals regular season debut on Monday. We're going to have our complete game preview right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk coming up on Sunday, so make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell, and until next time, for Andrew Foxmiller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, where AJ McCarron in the year 2023 is a member of the Cincinnati Bengals. Thank you so much for watching CBT.